Hey, I'm Dana Bennett, and I wrote a book, Relevant Revelation, Understanding the Bible as One Continuous Story. And I just wanted to give you a little introduction first. I wrote this book. I'm a teacher of biblical studies, and I wanted to make the Bible more accessible and relatable to my students. And so my hope is that as you read this book and as you walk through the Bible in order, that you also would feel like it's less intimidating and more understandable for you in applying it to your life. There are a lot of connections that we make between books, between stories, between generations, and we'll be reading the entire book from beginning to end. So when we look at Genesis, we read every verse in Genesis. When we look at Exodus, we read every verse in Exodus, so that you know what the author is trying to convey and what the stories are meant to mean on the surface, but also at a deeper level. And then as we see continuing themes, we can step back and look at the broader story that the author is trying to convey through the themes of the Bible as well. And hopefully that will open up the possibilities, and you will even more appreciate the brilliance of the Bible. I want to help students, my students and you, to be more biblically literate, because I want your faith to grow. And I feel like that is the key to a growing faith. So we will walk through the Bible. We'll be looking at character elements. We'll be looking at motifs and themes and plot and climax. And we will be considering these reoccurring themes as they come up again and again. For example, the barren women. I'm sure you are aware that there's at least one barren woman in the Bible, but when you start reading and seeing that there's actually that same theme comes up again and again, and there are actually 7 barren women in the Old Testament, and all of them are healed but one. And we'll explore what that means and what the Bible is trying to say to us through that particular theme. It'll also hopefully help you to appreciate and place all of the characters, the events of the Bible, the places of the Bible in order, because you'll understand the bigger picture of Israel's history, and you'll be able to hopefully make connections between all of these mysterious places and all of these strange characters. I know when I was in my 20s and I hadn't grown up in the church, and I was trying to understand the Bible, and I marveled at people around me that they knew so much, but I myself would probably fail a Bible quiz. I wasn't really sure whether Abraham or Moses came first. So understanding Israel's history and understanding the story, the layers of the story underneath the surface of all of these narratives that we'll be going through, helps me to place these characters and these acts of God in an order and a progression that shows the brilliance of its author, and also indicates that there is one author. The Bible has over 40 authors, written over 3,000 years, and when you start to see an overarching story from generations to generations for thousands of years, you start to appreciate the brilliance of God's message in the book of the Bible. It's absolutely amazing and beautiful to see how God uses people's lives to tell his story. And I believe it's faith building to consider that he's using our lives today to tell his story too. So that's the end of my introduction, and I look forward to talking to you about the rest of this book.